We welcome Morocco.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيد.
In the name of God the Merciful, the Compassionate, we wish to thank the Parliament of Angola, parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply honored to take the floor before the 147th Assembly of the IPU here in the capital of Angola on behalf of the Parliament of the Kingdom of Morocco. I would like to first salute this friendly country of Angola, its people, its leadership and its government for the warm welcome and hospitality extended to us. I hope this international gathering will be fully successful, and I wish to say the same to our Angolan friends in this tremendous challenge. I also want to express my esteem for the efforts made to make this assembly successful, particularly considering we have also hosted a previous gathering in Morocco of the Interparliamentary Union. I would also like to greet my colleague, the Honourable Carolina Cerqueira, and our friends at the National Assembly of Angola. Today, we are following the news, the events in our region. We are following what is happening in occupied Palestinian territories. Civilians are paying the price of unprecedented military action. They're paying the price of violence. And this blockade in the Parliament of Morocco feels proud at the stances adopted by our kingdom, the Kingdom of Morocco, run by His Majesty King Mohammed VI, the President of the Jerusalem Committee. We have always supported the Palestinian people in its fight to obtain its most legitimate rights as guaranteed by international instruments and resolutions. It's important to put an end to the suffering of this population. It's necessary immediately to put an end to this war and pave the way for parliamentary action and political action. It is extremely important to set up a Palestinian state that is independent with strong institutions and recognized borders, recognized by the international community, with Jerusalem as its capital. Ladies and gentlemen, the IPU has always been a fundamental reference that orients modern parliamentary practices and supports national parliaments in performing their basic roles, exercising their democratic functions, and consolidating the mechanisms underpinning the establishment of a new social contract that guarantees the implementation of the principles of political, social, and cultural rights, the stability of the social order, and the empowerment of modern, democratic, and active civil institutions based on the principles of liberty and consensus, and that rely on legitimate and credible national and international laws, principles, conventions, and treaties, as well as binding material, ethical, and symbolical values. The Interparliamentary Union was quite right when it proposed the theme for the plenary debates at this assembly. It proposed a complex theme that refers to the 16th goal of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, as established by the United Nations. This is an SDG that focuses on the promotion of peace and justice. It is an SDG that seeks to reinforce the role of institutions, bringing about the prerequisites for achieving the general framework of sustainable development goals so people can address all the challenges that face us. And so public policies become worthy of the citizens' trust. Parliamentary action lies at the heart of the questions of development, justice, peace, security, and stability. In the Kingdom of Morocco, we went through two difficult moments, two difficult times. The first was the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. Our country successfully adopted a proactive approach and mobilized the potential of the state and society. We were quite a model. When it came to field action, we were able to protect our people against the disastrous consequences that occurred in several other countries. Then we had the recent earthquake that struck the region of Al Haouz and Marrakesh in the center of the kingdom on September 8th. This was another test for our country. Under the leadership of its sovereign, His Majesty King Mohammed VI, the country rose to the situation, and His Majesty's government and all the official and people's institutions, likewise, in particular Parliament. Once again, the Kingdom has given a very tangible example of how to address urgent disasters and catastrophes that weigh heavily on society and call for rapid action, an acceleration of national mobilization, the fast adoption of laws that guarantee the legitimacy of decisions and good governance. I wish to take this opportunity to thank and express gratitude to all the friendly and brotherly states that supported us in our recent distress, as well as to the ones who extended their condolences and expressed their willingness to assist and intervene. I would also like to take this opportunity to underscore that the recent earthquake and before it the devastating pandemic that wore out strong countries and states around the globe, they have shown that a country that has laid the basis of stability by building a strong state and active institutions, drafting a national model for social and economic justice and political development based on human rights. In addition to constitutional legitimacy and a universal approach to sustainable development, well, obviously there are times of adversity